In this video, I invite my new friend Akhil out with me to go sourcing tennis rackets. I see tennis rackets all over Austin at all the thrift stores, and I know nothing about tennis. I gave Akhil a ride when I was doing my ride share last week. We were talking while we were on the way to his destination. He is a tennis guy. He loves tennis. He knows a little bit about rackets, substantially more than I do, and he said he would go with me and look at tennis rackets and show me what to look for. So I shot a little bit of video of that, and I thought it might be useful for you all, because there's probably, sporting equipment, maybe some tennis rackets in your area, some places more than others probably, but maybe you've never sourced them before and you'd like a few tips on what to look for and what to begin to consider when you're buying a tennis racket. So also, it should encourage you to talk to people, because you never know where you're going to get help or where you're going to be able to help. So Akhil came in and he helped me out with this little project, little venture, and I learned a ton from it. Now I feel confident to source tennis rackets on my own. Another thing that he says towards the end of the video, he talks about flipping rackets for a few bucks profit. That's just, think about that. If you have little to no money to start, you could buy a racket at Goodwill for $3.99. Even if you could only get $7 for that racket locally, you could start your flip game like that. So maybe it's not rackets, I don't know, baseball bats or frying pans, I don't know. But if you meet someone that can give you the lowdown on a certain item, a certain niche, man, take every opportunity you get to learn. Never have an issue with admitting you don't know something, and never let not knowing something stop you from doing something. So here's the video. Hope you like it, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, what's up, guys? This is my friend Akhil, and
hi, everyone.
We are going to go look at tennis rackets. All right, we're going to put Akhil to the test. What we're going to do, we're going to go to a few Goodwills and a Savers, and we'll look through the tennis rackets and see what Akhil comes up with, and I'll run some comps on it on eBay and see if we can make a profit. Sound good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So we are having a look at the Wilson Sting racket. I think it has about a 95-inch frame, and it looks like a really good buy for $4. I would certainly recommend buying this one if you get it for $4. It's light, but it just does not feel it. But just to be sure, I'm going to do a quick Google search on it and see what I find. Yeah, this one is something you get off Walmart and for about $10 to $20, and you can definitely feel that the frame is not of that good quality that you want. This looks like it's an okay racket, but then again it has a lot of major damage. I have the Babolat Fusion 102 with me, and it's on for $5.99. This is a killer deal. I haven't used it, but I've seen a few players play with it, and Babolat rackets are just quality.
Hey guys, what's up? We're back from our whirlwind of a tennis racket shopping trip. Looking for tennis rackets, it's like anything else that you're hunting for. It's not easy to find the top stuff, and there's a lot of tennis rackets here in Austin, and it's not easy to find the top quality. We found 3 rackets that we're pretty happy with. The first one is this Wilson Sting. Comps on eBay are about $50 all in. That's including shipping, and we got it for $3.99.
Yep.
All these were $3.99. It seems to be the standard price at our Goodwills here in Texas. The next one we got
the Dunlop Max 800i.
There you go. Again, the comps were kind of all over the place. We saw some like $8, but then you saw some up in the $35 range plus shipping. So I'm going to say
one goes for $150.
Yeah, a brand new is a $150 racket. So this one's in decent condition as well. And then Akhil got really excited when he pulled this racket out. I think
the Babolat.
You saw it at Goodwill. That is a Babolat, and apparently that's a Bolo. So if you see the brand name
Babolat, it's usually worth buying.
Babolat is generally worth buying. Why would you say that is?
Because it does not make a beginner range tennis rackets. It's either the mid-range or the pro tennis rackets. The one we got here, I would say, is a mid-range for a club level player. It's called the Pulsion 102. It's a really nice racket. The frame is really light, but it's a bit thick at the same time, just like the ones I look for in this Wilson racket. It has a thicker, sturdy frame. The frame is super sturdy, and even though the strings are stock, you can always restring them, and it's in fairly good condition. And even though it has a really thick frame, the racket is still very light. That way, you can just swing through the ball, and you're going to have a wonderful time playing with these rackets.
One thing I'll say is that if you don't have a lot of experience playing tennis, I'm kind of lucky I have my boy Akhil here, because I have never played tennis. When I pick up a tennis racket, the way it feels in my hand doesn't really mean anything to me, but I could tell when he picked up certain rackets, he was like an instant, like, let's look at this one, like let's do some digging on it. So he knew as soon as he picked it up. So if you do have experience playing tennis, you should be encouraged that you can get out there and find some stuff that you can make money on. What are 3 things that you look for when you're shopping for used tennis rackets, or you're in the market for a used tennis racket?
When I look at a tennis racket, the first thing I do is I just go ahead and give it a whirl and see how it feels. And maybe if there's a ball, I try to bounce it around for a little bit and see the kind of vibrations I feel, because sometimes the frames, even though they might be good frames, if it has been used for some time, it starts vibrating too much, and it starts becoming really flexible, and then you can't play with it as well anymore. Just bounce the ball a few times if you find any, and make sure it's not too flexible.
So you don't want too much flex in the racket.
Yeah, not too much
and
flex.
You want to be able to bounce a ball
Yep.
a few times to see
Yeah.
the tension and the flex.
Yes.
And the vibration that you're
Yeah.
getting up the handle.
That is correct.
Okay.
And then the second thing I look for is to find a thick, sturdy frame and make sure that there are no cracks. Sometimes you do have chips on the paint job like these, but that's just the paint job, and it does not really matter when you're playing. And then finally, I look at the condition of strings and the grip, but they're not really important because you can replace your grip for like $2 to $3 at any Walmart store. And finally, if you're really into tennis, you're obviously going to replace the strings. But I would say the most of the strings we have got on these rackets today, you can just play for a couple of months in the very least.
Cool.
The thing is, guys, you can buy almost all those rackets out there on Goodwills and sell it for $1 more, $2 more. That way you can make, because these rackets are priced at say $3.99, you can probably sell them at $6.99, $7.99. That way you can get money on even the weaker rackets. But finding something like this takes a keen eye.
Right on. So get out there, find that money that's just laying around, and get those rackets.